What is going on, ladies and gents? Happy Monday, BTL, episode 113 piece. Hold the fry. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We made it this far, ladies and gents. The college basketball offseason is ridiculously long, and it sucks. It sucks. And it's over. Thank fucking God. And let's go Baylor. Let's just cut this shit and get right to it. Let's go Baylor. Boys are hooping. Boys are hooping. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing.
More.
All right, Jovan, you have a good weekend, brother?
Yeah. I mean, kind of got smoked by NFL yesterday, but other than that, solid weekend.
I mean, I can't take my eyes off the game. I'm going to have to turn it off. Let's go, boys. Keep pounding. Keep pounding. Play defense. Play hard. Why are they playing so hard? I don't even know.
That's the way.
I don't even know.
That's the Baylor way.
That's the Baylor way. Well, I'm really fucking excited, dude. Obviously. We're going to have a day. So many games today, chat. Do not be overwhelmed by the card. It's the first fucking day. All right? It's going to be all right. I promise. Relax. Deep breaths. If you don't feel comfortable betting Ball Sack State versus, Kentucky, that's okay. Maybe sit today out. Maybe sit this week out and watch us absolutely crush it. All right? Jovan, we have a ton of games to get to. We're going to get through as many as we can. Mainly whatever you guys want to get to, we will. All right? We've got Monday Night Football tonight, too, as well. So we got to get into that, obviously. And very, very sad. Let's have a moment of silence real quick for the BTL squad ride. Let's just go ahead and put our heads down. 11-1, RIP to the squad rides. Moment of silence. Okay. We're coming back today. We're smacking it. We're going to be fucking 12-1. How about it? Hey, Jovan, 11-1 sounds pretty damn good to me still, too. All right.
Yeah, it does.
I'm no mathematician, but 11-1. That'll play. Let's run that back. Let's be 22-2. How about it? Let's be 22-2. Why not us? So good shit, you guys. We do this all for free. We do this all for you. We do this because you guys watch. So once we get into the cards, we'll let you guys kind of just fire off questions left and right. And we're going to answer them because we're in this together. Okay. We're beating the books together. All right. We got to talk about my college basketball top 20 rankings really quick. And then we're going to do Monday Night Football. And then we're going to do the college basketball slate. And then we're going to do the squad ride. And then we're all going to be rich. Okay. Ready? Break. All right. Well, my top 20 is finally done. Thank God. Let me rip through these very, 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 very fast. Okay. And I want to know what you guys think. Baylor's obviously in it. Unfortunately, Mississippi Valley State did not make the cut. But it was a good effort.
Just
outside. All right. So we've got UAB at number 20. Andy Kennedy, great fucking coach. They still have Jelly Walker. They've got Eric Gaines coming in from LSU. I've got UAB higher than most. I've got them at 20 this season to start it off, okay? I've got St. Louis at number 19. This is my dark horse. This is the team that people don't even know who the fuck they are. But this is the team you're going to remember after this season. They bring back a bunch of really good pieces here. They're bringing back Yuri Collins. They're bringing back Gibson Jimerson. Javante Perkins is healthy. He's one of the best players in the country. Got them at number 19, okay? Illinois, got them at number 18. Lost everybody, bringing in all new people. A lot of really fucking good transfers coming in. They're going to be really good again, too. Number 17, I got UVA. Fuck UVA. Number 16, I've got Indiana. Indiana has Trace Jackson Davis coming back. Mike Woodson wearing a suit at Assembly Hall. They're going to be really fucking good again, okay? Number 15, I've got Florida. This is another team I'm higher on than most. I love Todd Golden, the coach from San Francisco. This guy's a genius. I've been slurping this guy for the last year and a half, and they've got Castleton still. So Florida, very underrated team this season. Excited to see what they do and what Todd Golden does. Auburn's going to be really fucking good this year too again. I got them at number 14. Don't sleep on Bruce Pearl. Shirt off at the football game. That dude's an absolute electric factory. This team's going to be good. Look, I know they lost Jabari Smith and Walker Kessler. Doesn't matter. They have a bunch of new pieces coming in. And Johnny Broom from Morehead State. Jovan, I know you know him. He's a dog. But we're going to talk about this Auburn team a little bit. They might be a little more banged up than people think to start the season, okay? Number 13, I got TCU. Don't need to explain anything there. They're going to be fucking good. We're going to be talking about them enough anyways as it is. Number 12, San Diego State, the best Mountain West team ever. This could be the best Mountain West team ever. You guys are going to see this team absolutely dominate. They've got Matt Bradley coming back and Darian Trammell, the transfer. Those two players together on a team in the Mountain West, they're going to run that shit. Okay? Tennessee at number 11. I know they lost Kennedy Chandler. I don't give a fuck. They still have Vescovi and a really good coach and a really good culture. Older team. They're going to be good again. I've got Creighton at 10. I saw John Rothstein had Creighton at like 4. I almost lost my fucking mind. I didn't think I was going to see anyone else as high on that team as I've been. But they're back. Okay? They got hot as fuck at the end of the season. They've got Nemhard coming back. They've got Kalkbrenner, the 7-foot behemoth in the paint. Good luck getting around him. And they've got Baylor Shearman coming in from South Dakota State. Dude's a bucket. All right? Let's power through these last couple. UCLA, I got them at number 9. Okay? Mick Cronin's a fucking stud. They got Tiger Campbell coming back. They've got Jaquez Jr. coming back. I know they lost Jazang and Jules Bernard. Don't give a fuck. They've got Amari Bailey coming in. That dude's going to take over. At number 8, fuck Duke. I hate Duke, but I got Duke. John Shire has the best freshman class in the country coming in. Don't be surprised to see them make the Final Four this season. Hate to say it, but it's true. Number 7, I got the Baylor Bears, who are up by 30 right now. Let's fucking go. They're playing havoc defense. They're making turnovers. They're fucking on Mississippi Valley State. Let's go, Baylor. What do you see on the TV? Self-explanatory. Don't need to dive in too much. Keontae George, though. Top 5 freshman in the country. Remember the name. He's a stud on Baylor, okay? Number 6, Gonzaga. Gonzaga's going to be really good again. Shout out the NIL. Drew Timmy's coming back. You know they're going to be good. Just don't let Mark Few drive a car, okay? As long as he doesn't drive a car, they should be okay. Number 5, we've got Kansas. Yup, Kansas running it back. They've got a bunch of new pieces as well. Kevin McCullough, heart and soul of that team. Bill Self, great coach. Grady Dick, one of the best freshmen in the country. Okay, Grady Dick, what a name. Number 4, Arkansas. I had this team winning the fucking Natty. I love this Arkansas team, okay? Arkansas is a stud. They've got Nick Smith coming in as a freshman. He's going to be a fucking beast. They've got the Mitchell twins coming in from Rhode Island. Shout out Ollie. They're going to be studs, okay? Expectations have never been higher in Arkansas. Number 3, we've got Kentucky Wildcats. Yup. When everyone starts hopping off after they just lost to St. Peter's embarrassingly last year, that's when I hop back on. Everyone's chirping Kyle Perry. I think Kyle Perry's going to fucking get these boys tuned up and ready to roll this season. Everyone's chirping Kentucky. They hear that shit. They're coming out for blood this season, okay? Number 2, I've got your Houston Cougars, who I know you're extremely high on. At number 2, Marcus Sasser. He's the only one in the country that can give Oscar Tshiebwe a run for his money for Player of the Year, and he just might do the damn thing. Marcus Sasser. Remember the name. They've also got Jarris Walker coming in, the highest recruit ever that Kelvin Sampson's got coming in to Houston. He's going to be a dog too. Houston at number 2. Number 1, UNC. Self-explanatory. Hate this team, but they're really fucking good. They pretty much only lost Brady Manick, and they've got Pete Nance coming in from Northwestern, who's even better to fill his spot. UNC is going to be stacked. Wow. That's what we got for the top 20. Jovan.
Take a breath.
Any questions? Any fucking disagreements? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I would say I'm not as high on some of the SEC teams as I think you are. Arkansas, they have all the talent, but I just don't think they're going to put it together as much as people think. I think it's going to be, and not that it's the same situation talent-wise, but I think it's going to be kind of a Memphis situation. I think they're going to struggle for a bit to put it together. They're going to lose games they shouldn't be in, or lose games they shouldn't lose. I think it's going to take a while, and maybe by March they get to that point where they're, kind of the contender that everybody thinks. But I'm not ready to buy into this team right off the bat yet. I think they struggle out of the gate. Same thing with Florida, because Florida, on paper they have great guys coming in. I mean, still with Castleton there, and they got Lofton coming in. I just don't think they're going to put it together immediately either. I don't believe in their consistent scoring options. They got a lot of guys who can put up points in bunches and be that guy on the offense on any given day from the guard position, but I'm just not sure they can do it yet. And I don't trust in Todd Golden to be able to figure that out off the bat too. I think they struggle out of the gate as well. So those would probably be my two ones that I think they're going to have a little trouble early in the year and then kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I went pretty chalky, except for I probably have Florida a little bit higher than most. I have St. Louis and UAB probably about 10 spots higher than most, but these are my 2 kind of mid-major teams that I just think are going to be fucking studs. And I think one of these 2 teams is going to be ranked at the end of the season, if not both. I'm with you on Florida. A lot of question marks. How is, the analytics, coaching from San Francisco coach Todd Golden coming over there? How's that going to work with, big man Castleton? That's not really a match made in heaven. That's not really his guy, though, right? He didn't recruit him. So that's going to be interesting. Like, is he going to let Castleton, shoot some threes? Because we know that's all fucking Golden likes doing is jacking threes. And we know he could shoot a little bit, but he only shot like 23s, I think, last season. So a lot of questions on that team. But I'm higher on them than most, so I understand the disagreement with that one. And then what was the other one you were like, maybe they're a little too high?
Arkansas, I think, like the talent's going to be there, even more so than Florida. But I just don't see them putting it together immediately out of the gate.
Okay,
I think they're going to be one of those teams that kind of skates by a little bit for the first, beginning of non-conference, some of these games, and then I think they might lose a few coming into SEC play pretty early.
Okay, what do you have? Like, what is your, if you could make a top 5? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what would your top 5 be, you think?
I don't know if you heard this on the Baylor broadcast or if you were watching it, but I did agree with something you said about UNC. I think UNC is another team that I think a lot of people are giving a little too much credit for. I think he said if they lose that game against Baylor in the second round, we're not having this conversation as them being even close to one of the top teams this year.
Well, that's a huge if, but yes,
it's a huge if. But I do kind of agree with that sentiment. They're another team where I hate to keep repeating it, but I need to see them put it together at a level that looks like the number one team that's dominant consistently. I just don't know if we get that yet. And they have one of the best backcourts in the league, absolutely. But on a consistent basis, I just don't trust them yet.
Maybe they overperformed a little bit. Maybe they just got hot. We'll have to see. I mean, we'll find out in about a month or two, right?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. But if I had to go with a top 5 right now, I would have Houston at number 1.
Okay.
I would have Kentucky number 2, probably UNC number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go to the Zags in Kansas.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Kentucky and Gonzaga are catching a lot of flack, a lot of shit, and deservingly so, right? Kentucky hasn't made it to a Final Four in almost a decade. Calipari is here in the Charps. He's already addressed it to the media. He's telling the boys not to listen to shit, keep grinding, right? Gonzaga has never won, right? So a lot of talk, a lot of chirps for two dominating franchises that really haven't pushed through of late. So very, very curious to see how these two teams play out. I'm still extremely high on them. When people start hopping off teams like that, dynasties like that, that's when I want to hop back in. So I'm very high on those two teams as well. I think Kentucky reminds me a lot of Memphis last season, where they have a really fucking good big with Sheboy, and then they've got an extremely athletic team around them, just like that Memphis squad that had some serious success at the end of the year. This Kentucky team reminds me a lot of them. And you're going to see fucking, God, why can't I remember his name? Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin's brother played a little bit for Kentucky last year, but he's going to be an actual problem and going to be coming off the bench probably, but like a 6-man role, and he's a freak. He might end up being better than his brother. So watch out for him. Absolutely love Kentucky this season. I don't see how you don't put UNC at number 1 with their entire team coming back from last year, except for Brady Manick, and they're replacing it with a better Pete Nance. I love Pete Nance. I think he's going to be awesome. He's really good. He's really good. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of NIL money in that locker room. And I kind of talked about it a little bit about a week ago with Miami, right? I'm a little bit worried about Miami. How are these boys going to be focused with millions and millions of dollars in that locker room? I'm very, very curious to see how it plays out with some of these very, very rich teams.
Yeah, and that's kind of
we've never experienced it.
The NIL money aspect of it, but that's kind of how I look at Arkansas, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of individual talent on that team, which is why I just don't. Coming together from the start, I think, is going to be a serious challenge for them. And Eric Musselman, great coach, great system, and he's definitely the coach that's going to do it over the course of the season. But there's a lot of individuality in that locker room, and once they put it together, they'll be good. That's why I think they struggle out of the gate. Not even like an ego.
Is this true?
Together, yeah.
What?
Super weird. Super weird.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, that's enough preseason ranking talk, I think, for today. I don't know if you guys could tell, but extremely excited. Extremely fucking excited. Don't be overwhelmed by the card today, guys. A lot of really good teams playing really bad teams. If you don't know shit about the Mississippi Valley states of the world, you're a normal person. Congrats. You probably shouldn't know anything about them. Leave that to the freaks like us, and you go about your day. All right? Do not be overwhelmed. There are plenty of games, plenty of days left in the season. Okay? We need to talk about Monday Night Football. But real quick, before we do, guys, follow us on Pickett's. I posted my slip from last November, or my calendar from Pickett's, and people thought that was the coolest thing. They're like, where the hell is that even from? I was like, it's from Pickett. They've got a really cool calendar view that shows you how much money you make every day. Go over there, check it out. It syncs all your books from over 20 plus sports books, by far the most robust syncing coverage on the market. So go download Pickett, drop a follow. That way you can see first who we end up taking and locking in for college basketball, because Jovan, like we've seen today and over last night, these lines are moving and grooving, man.
Oh, yeah.
These lines are moving and grooving. I mean, Baylor late last night was minus 39.5. Maybe not late last night, but last night they were 39.5. Woke up this morning, they were 44, right? So these lines move, these lines groove. Follow us on Pickett so you can see where we're locking in, okay? Let's go to Monday Night Football, and then we're going to end with college basketball, combo / going over the card / best bets, okay? Monday Night Football. I'm on the Saints. I think this line is short. I know the Ravens are hurt. I know the Ravens aren't great. And I know the Saints offense looks pretty darn good since they put in Andy Dalton. And I know they're coming off a 24-0 shutout where their defense is starting to really turn it up.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. But in my eyes, this is still the Ravens. This is still Lamar Jackson versus, a Drew Brees-less Saints team, a Sean Payton-less Saints team, a Saints team with no real identity. They've had more success lately, being a defense team and then just feeding Kamara, which has been working out, and it will continue to work out probably. I think it will tonight. But this line's short. I think it's bait. The Ravens are bringing in more action, and the line's moved. I mean, last night it moved from 2.5 to 1, or 2 to 1.5. I snagged 2 last night while I still could. I'm on +2. Saints at home. That place is about to be rocking tonight. Their defense is about to feast on the Ravens, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a short, low-scoring game, or close, low-scoring game, back and forth. I don't know why this line is where it is. Jovan, what do you think? And I know you kind of disagree, and you might like the Ravens, so I want to hear your side.
Yeah. I don't know if I love the Ravens. It's just with all the injuries and everything considered, I just don't think the line's that short, especially when we're looking at comparing it to the Bucks line. The Bucks were steamed up to -3, and on paper and odds wise, I don't see them as being that much better than the Saints realistically. Especially with the injuries in that game too. I mean, they're missing their entire secondary. So I don't know. I don't know if it's that short. I do lean the Saints. I just think I don't think they're going to come out and blitz the Ravens by any means. So I think you're going to get a pretty good live spread number or money line if you're so inclined after maybe the first half or a couple drives into the first beginning of the game. So I think the Ravens come out and control the game pretty early, and I think the Saints, if they're going to do something, it's going to be under the back half of that game. I don't trust them to come out with any sort of firepower against this Ravens defense. Really, I know it hasn't been good, but Saints offense really doesn't scare me too much either in this matchup.
Yeah, a lot of Andy Reid chirps, obviously, right? Andy Reid sucks. Andy Reid in prime time, the worst. I totally get it. He does suck in prime time, right? He just sucks in general. He's Andy Dalton. But Andy Dalton's played a lot of games against the Ravens. And I know shit changes year to year, right? It's probably been a while since he played against the Ravens. But you go back and look at his stats, pretty fucking good against the Ravens. Now, a very easy response would be that shit doesn't matter. That was 5 years ago. For sure. But this is the same coaching staff pretty much. This is Harbaugh's defense, rallied up, playing the same fucking schemes. Andy Dalton, I think, is going to be great in primetime tonight. The narrative, that's the public narrative that we're hearing, is that Andy Dalton on primetime sucks. So give me Andy Dalton. He's going to fucking cover tonight. This is going to be a 1-point game either way. I have a weird feeling that +1.5 might come into effect, and this one might be a 1-point game, seriously. So I grab the fucking hook if you want to. This total is cooking down. I know there's been a lot of offensive injuries for the fucking Ravens, right? Mark Andrews is out. Bateman's out for the season. Jesus. Baltimore added another defensive piece. The Saints defense is turning up, so that all has, valid reasonings on why this total has moved from the opener 49 to 46.5. I still feel like that's high. I don't know. And I definitely think the opener was high, even with those guys in. What do you think, dude? Like I lean the over in this one if I had to take a total bet.
Yeah, I would have to go the under. I don't think it's that high too. Because I mean, again, like I want to compare it to the Bucks game, which the Bucks are by the numbers a worse offense and a better defense than the Saints, and that total ended up at like it went over, but it was at 47, and then it actually hit at 49. So I don't see it being that high of a total or that high of a line. I don't know if it's just me valuing the Saints a little higher than you or most people, but I think they're just fine. I don't think it's a big mismatch in this game, and I think more side on the value is talking about who is Lamar throwing to other than Duvernay and Isaiah Likely. So I think that plays into it more than anything. So
they're going to run the damn ball.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be Kenyon Drake. It's their only choice.
God, man. Mississippi State just banged a 3. Baylor's up 57-21. How many people in chat took Baylor with the boys today? Let us know. -44. Just doesn't feel right locking in at -44, but sometimes you got to do it. Let's go, Baylor. Keep turning it up. Come on. Keep turning it up.
It's just a system fade.
System fade. You take Baylor and you take Baylor every single game, first game of the season, right?
First game of the season, I do kind of like as a fun thing to do, but it's also like they come out, their defense causes problems for any team they face, and usually it's a team of this caliber. Like,
I mean, they're pressing.
That's what they do.
59-21, and they're full court pressing, dude.
That's the thing. Yeah, they do that. It's usually like Central Arkansas or somebody like that. But Miss Valley State is easily the worst team.
There's a turnover they just forced.
Look at that. I mean, I fade Mississippi Valley State all year, every year, no matter what. They're just so terrible. Bad. They're god awful, and they were
one of the worst teams this year. Last year.
The funny thing about them this year is they tried to say, "Oh, we're going to be this big defensive team now," and they used to be just the run gun team that just turns the ball over 24 times, and it looks like they're just trying to beat Baylor at their own game, which is funny.
Yeah. Well, that shit ain't working.
No.
That shit ain't working. Looks like they're up about, I'm no mathematician, but 38. They're up right now. 38. So we need more. We need more. Okay. Are you going to have any bets out in this game tonight, Monday Night Football?
I may live line the Saints if we get over a touchdown. That's the strategy. I'm not running, especially with college basketball. Obviously, I'm not running to bet this game.
I'm happy. And we know the Ravens are an absolute first half machine. Although I don't think they won. I don't think they covered first half in their last game against the Bucks. Right? Yeah, that was a big deal. But they're a first half covering machine. You take out last game, I think they were on a fucking crazy streak. Maybe the Ravens get out to a nice early start again, and then the Saints creep back in at the end, like you were saying, right?
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate a little first half Ravens play.
Okay. God, I missed fucking watching these 18-year-olds shoot free throws. These 7-foot 18-year-olds, so you can't even pronounce their name, shooting free throws. Yeah. It's incredible. Absolutely love it. Gosh, finish the fucking job, Baylor. Let's just hope their starters play a little bit in the second half. You don't want to take them out too early. You want them to be nice and fresh, rested
really
or not rested.
It's not going to matter who plays in the second half.
That's facts. Maybe it's better they put in the backups so that they put in more effort,
Yeah.
All right. Any props for Monday Night Football tonight? I think Isaiah Likely is going to tweak tonight. Don't care if it's square. Don't care if people are talking about it. I know they're going to run the ball lots. I really do think that Likely is going to be their guy tonight. And I don't hate taking any of his props, to be honest with you. I'm pulling up his fucking receiving yards right now. He's at 40.5. Give me that. He had 77 last week against Tampa. I think he has damn near 75 again this week against the Saints. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. It's hard to be not square with a lot of these props. Because there's not many listed because there's not many options, but it's more like this is a volume game with all the injuries on both sides. So as square as it is, I would take both running backs. I'd be perfectly fine with taking their rushing yards just because they have no other choice but to run the ball. I mean, Lamar, he's thrown to Duvernay and 6 tight ends, they're going to have to run the ball with Kenyon Drake no matter how much it works or how much it doesn't. So I would like that. And Kamara obviously is going to have to get his with the lack of offense they have there. So it's not really a sharp angle. A lot of these guys are going to have their touches. So it's not really a terrible idea to do anything.
That's facts. Our guy in chat saying likely was his neighbor. That's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, fire.
Hope he was a cool dude. Flagler is really good, Cody. Yes, he's kind of tweaking right now.
Very.
If this Baylor team can stay healthy, man, that's their one concern is health. It fucked them over last year. They have all the pieces. They have a great coach. They have a great culture. We kind of addressed it before. Baylor, they play extremely hard. They play great defense. I love their coach. I mean, watch the fucking game. They're pressing with a minute left in the first half when they're up 40. Like, what else you got to fucking say? Why do you like that's the kind of team you want to lay minus 40 if you're going to do that. Knock on wood. Right? Let's pivot. I could tell you're hungry for college basketball talk, and I am too. And I know Chad is as well. There are so many fucking games today. There's a game that starts up in an hour. And I know you have an angle you really like. And you know what? I'm on the same side. I've already locked it in. You guys want a 2 o'clock play? You want a 2 o'clock play that starts in an hour, or do you not want any plays the rest of the day? You want to just take the day off? Maybe sit out the first college basketball day. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, we can sit it out.
What are you guys thinking?
Nobody wants it.
Yeah. Well, our guy Jay Billions already fucking knows.
He knows.
Go ahead and give me Pacifics. Let me give you a rundown of this fucking Pacifics team. All right. Because they kind of fell off a cliff last season. They started out kind of hot, and then they absolutely faded. There were some rumors going around about their head coach leaving midseason. Turns out he did a pretty damn good job building up that program from nothing. He did such a good job that he got hired by the Celtics as one of their assistant coaches. So he's gone, but this Leonard Perry guy is getting absolutely slurped. Everyone really likes him. Apparently, he was like his right-hand man, and everyone's really excited about what he's going to bring to the table. He went out and recruited the fuck out of these transfers and brought in a bunch of dudes. They've got 2 players from OK State. They got a starting point guard from Georgetown. They got a kid from UTSA. So they're absolutely loaded with new veteran talent. Not a lot of freshmen playing on this team. And I'm just so out on the Stanford team. I know they returned pretty much their whole squad. And they also got that Mike Jones kid from Davidson, who's kind of a sharpshooter. He scares me a little bit. Yeah. He might end up being their best player right away. I watched him a lot last year. He was kind of a buck. But this Stanford team, I know they had pretty much everyone back. I know they already have an identity. A lot of people are saying, is this finally the year that Stanford puts it together on the hardwoods? I just think their team kind of blows. And I think this spread is short with a team like Pacific, where people don't even know who the fuck that is, right? Here's my line talk. Here's my, bet the line's not the team's talk. The line is moving in the opposite direction, too, with all the bets coming in on Stanford. So you guys know what to do. Some fat bets are coming in on Pacific, right? But they still have less than half the handle, which is good. Give me Pacific. Grab it while you still can. The line's cooking. What are you seeing right now?
Seeing a lot of 15.5 right now.
Okay.
I love. I'm not really phased by any move at this point. Take what you want. But yeah, I mean, I like it.
It's also not that far of a travel thing, right? Pacific's already out there, so that's another W.
That big W. Big W.
Big W. But, yep, Cowboys Nick knows.
Yeah, he knows. That would be my guess, too.
Well, what do you think, and why do you like Pacific today?
I just think this team is deep, honestly. I think it's going to be good because, obviously, at the beginning of the season, a lot of these games are to figure out rotations and stuff. So they're going to be fresh. They're going to be putting guys in different spots and whatever, which may be a little scary, but I just think they have more options too. I mean, Ivy Curry coming in from UTSA is huge. That gives them a go-to scorer and kind of that little committee, whatever they're going to play. I mean, the transfer portal overall has been huge for them. 2 guys from Oak State. And it's just like this Stanford team, the Stanford offense, like Harrison Ingram and Michael Jones are great. Both the Joneses, I guess, are great. They're just, I can't trust them on a consistent basis. I mean, we always see those games with Harrison Ingram every couple games where he tries to go and be the guy. He tries to be the main scoring option. Then he, shoots 15%. So, like, coming out of the gate, I wouldn't be shocked if that happened, especially against this team that's going to be throwing bodies at him from every angle.
Yep.
I just think they're way too inconsistent for me to trust. And I think Pacific, with as bad as they've been and that line continuing to cook their way, I think they put up a decent performance today.
People forget this Pacific team got out to a hot start last year, and then they absolutely shit themselves and lost every game pretty much for the rest of the year. So let's see if they can get up to a hot start again. All right. And I'm seeing 15s on some books already too.
Yeah,
so if you can grab 15.5, grab it while you still can. That's your 2:00 play. All right. If you need a play that starts up here in an hour, if you're absolutely screaming in the inside of your body, just begging for action during the day here, just sitting at your desk, just sweating or dripping piss because you're so fucking hungry or thirsty for a winner, for a college basketball play, to see some balls go in some hoops, there it is. Pacific. Starts up in an hour. Book it. All right? Pacifics. Do not take ML. No. Do not take MLs. Spread. See if you can grab 15.5. All right? That's pretty much it for the early games. It was just this Baylor game and the Pacific game. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it until 6:00. All right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe so.
We've got 500 people in here. Might be too many people to just have everyone spam what games we want to talk about. So we'll go through some. But if you guys have questions or games you want us to talk about, let us know throughout the rest of the show, and we'll try to get to them. Okay? You want to go to Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Michigan real quick?
Yeah, we can.
What are you thinking about this? I think we both agree that this line is a little bit short. I know Purdue, Fort Wayne was actually kind of decent last year. The Mastodons. What a fucking mascot. Michigan is pretty fucking good again. They're ranked 22. Dickinson's back, right? Dickinson should have a field day against these mid-majors, right? The dude's a fucking stud. I think this spread's a little short. I lean Purdue, Fort Wayne. They've got some of their guys back. They've got 3% of the money. I lean them. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this line kind of freezing where it is seems a little strange. There's a couple of them that are kind of in the same area. But for Michigan, just on a basketball perspective, they're another team where I don't know if I can trust the secondary scoring option because it's been so inconsistent around Dickinson, right? There's not really a guy that you can look to them and say he's consistently stepped up to shoulder the load. So in a game like this, where it's, kind of kicking off the year, the rotations are going to be fresh, kind of shoving guys in different spots, against the IPFW team who's very talented and they're a veteran team. I could see them coming out and kind of giving them a scare for a bit. And I think the spread staying where it is with all the money on Michigan is kind of telling you that's going to happen.
Not just all the first of all, they're getting absolutely nuked, and the line has moved from 14.5 to 15 on pretty much the majority of the books, which, it's moved a half a point over the last 24 hours with 95% of bets and handle on Michigan. Give me a break.
Yeah, and my man Juke talking about Jalen Llewellyn from Princeton. Yes, I'm very aware he is very good. But with these transfers coming in, and they're another thing early in the season, I know they're going to show it eventually, but I'm not willing to trust them yet, really. And especially with the rotation thing, they're playing IPFW week or game 1 of the season. So I'm willing to take it and let it play out. So we'll see how it plays out over the course of the season, but I will play this like that. I don't know what's going to happen yet.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. That's the name of the game for this entire week, pretty much. We're figuring out, are the projected starters all going to be in here? Are people healthy? Are people not? I don't know if people know who mainly just follow professional sports, but in college basketball, you don't really have to report shit. So your job is to pretty much just follow these beat reporters on Twitter who follow the teams, right? And just trust their reporting. That's the best you're going to get. They don't have to tell shit. They don't have to submit lineups. They don't have to do anything. All right? So we never really know. You never really know until that ball gets tipped off. That's why this week is huge, not just for betting. It's mainly just huge for our fucking eyeballs to see, number one, who's actually getting minutes, who's getting burned, who's healthy, who's not, who's starting, who's not, shit like that. Because there's going to be a couple things, and we'll probably talk about them tomorrow after seeing all these games play out tonight. We're going to come on here tomorrow and be like, blank didn't play or blank fucking looked like shit. You know what I mean? So we're getting there.
Exactly.
We're getting there.
That's why I usually take 2-3 games for these teams, not just to figure out rotations, but that's from these first couple games, you see where the strengths of each team develops. TCU, for example, last year, nobody thought they would be a defensive team coming into the season. They're Granted, they had a lot of new guys coming into the fold, but they were one of the
Mhm.
worst defensive teams in the Big 12 for the past 3 years before last year, and then we saw pretty immediately what happened with the cast that they came on the floor with in their first couple of games too. So these non-conference games are to not go crazy on. They're just to kind of observe and take some angles and see how these teams play out with the cast they have. So it's definitely
100%.
something to watch out for.
100%. There are a couple games today, though, that are not, the Michigan versus the Ball Sack State, the ranked team versus the team that just went D1. That's a lot. That's 90% of the games today, right? But there are some games today with teams playing each other who are very, very similar in skill. These are kind of the ones that I've been focusing on, at least, early this afternoon, that I'm trying to get some action in because I think we're going to be getting more competitive basketball. One of them would be we will get to the South Dakota State game. I promise, Fuzzy 99. I promise. Okay. Yeah, that would be one of them. Okay. And we're going to talk about that. But the one I wanted to get to real quick here is Penn versus Iona. I don't know if you guys know shit about these teams. Wouldn't expect you to. Penn has Jordan Dingle, who was, I think, the best player in the Ivy League last season. Doesn't belong there. I'm not sure why the fuck he goes there. The dude's a brainiac and really smart, and he wanted to go to an Ivy League. I respect the shit out of it. Word. He wants to get a degree from there. Great. The dude does not belong there. He could be playing pretty much on any fucking basketball team that he wanted to. Straight up. He could walk on and play on any team. He might not start on Kentucky, but he's making that team. Point is, kid's legit, does not belong on this Ivy League team. They're getting 6.5 points against Iona. Sorry, Iona at home, Rick Pitino's squad. Iona has some unfinished business after last year. They were the team that was supposed to come out of St. Peter's Conference. They folded like a Dollar Tree lawn chair. Rick Pitino has something to prove. This team's got a chip on their shoulder. They're going to be coming out hungry, kind of embarrassed probably after, folding at the end of last year. They were supposed to be the peacocks of the tournament last year. They were not. They folded. They're laying 6.5 to Penn. I kind of want to take Penn plus 6.5 on the road here. I kind of want to take the Ivy League team against the trendy team, Rick Pitino, from the conference that made a run last year. I like plus 6.5. I like Jordan Dingle. Any thoughts on this one, Jovan?
Yeah, I mean, this is the classic, I think, experience mismatch. You got Penn returning, I think I saw like almost 90% of their minutes from last year, including obviously Jordan Dingle and their dominant big man as well.
Yep.
Forgot his name, but against the Iona team that's replacing a majority of their production. So, I mean, we saw, I think it went 7.5 to 6.5, and I think it's pretty indicative of that with the total as well being where it is. I mean, I'd lean with the minutes here. I'd lean with the guys who've been there before against an Iona team that I still think is a little overvalued and overrated because of Rick Pitino, honestly. So I'd be willing to lean into Mr. Dingle. He might have to do it himself, but I'd be
I mean, that was no problem last year. If anybody watched a Penn game last year, it's pretty much like get the fuck out of Dingle's way.
Yeah.
That's literally how it goes. So I like Penn here. I like the plus 6.5. To be determined if I end up playing it or not. Trying to be extremely picky and conservative to start the season. But that's definitely on my list. That's on my short list. How about South Dakota State versus Akron? This is two teams who, I'd say they're household names by now. Maybe Akron isn't. But I think this Akron team was better than they ended up playing at the end of last season. South Dakota State, we all know, they're the team that lost to Providence in the first round of March Madness last year. South Dakota State is, correct me if I'm wrong, Jovan, but they were the most efficient three-point shooting team in the country last year. They were a bucket, right? But they had a bunch of guys leave, including their best player who ended up transferring to what team did he go to? I was literally just talking about it. Hold on, I'm having a brain fart. Fuck. What was his name?
What were we talking about?
I was talking about the South Dakota State transfer who
Baylor
went
Shireman.
To Bierman, right?
Baylor Shireman, right?
Baylor Shireman. Yep, he left. He's gone along with a couple other pieces. I like this Akron team. South Dakota State is a trendy team from last postseason that everyone's going to like and want to bet on today. I like this Akron squad at home, laying 3.5. They're getting less than 20% of the bets. Nobody wants to take them. South Dakota State's getting nuked. Give me Akron at home. That's what I want.
I mean,
Shearman transfer to Creighton. Yes. Thank you, Cap Neck. Good.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I want -3.5. Okay. Wait then, because the line will move. Yeah, no, the line is moving a little bit. I mean, South Dakota State's getting absolutely nuked. They're getting hammered. They're one of the biggest public dogs of the day today. So I'm not really shocked to see that line move a point, and I'm okay with it. I'd honestly prefer it not to move anymore, straight up. But we'll see. Might be able to snag 3. Might be able to snag -3. So I'm not in a rush there. Are you going to be betting on this game?
I just might, depending on the line movement. Because like when you look at South Dakota State, I mean, obviously the problem is defense, especially on the perimeter. And when you look at Akron, they're a team that's where they're replacing production is with young guards in their backcourt.
Yep.
So it's a good matchup for them to be able to kind of figure it out easy in the season. Because I think the production around them, yeah, exactly. I think the production around them is good enough to kind of support them a little bit. I just don't think SDSU's defense is going to be enough to kind of challenge them in a spot like this. So public dog, I'm willing to go against that. I think this Akron team is really good, and I think they're going to be much, much better than they are on paper right now come the end of the year.
Yep. 100% agree. 100% agree. Let's go to Tarleton State. If you guys don't know this Tarleton State team, they're very well coached. They don't score. They don't have a lick of offense on this team. They play defense. They play hard. That's where they exert all their energy. And that's the kind of team I want my coins on if I'm betting on against one of these, big name schools like Arizona State, who might catch them sleeping. Tarleton might catch them sleeping. The line's moving a little bit, nothing crazy, but everyone's going to be on Arizona State because it's Arizona State. I think Billy Hurley is a fucking bot. I don't like him. I want to take Tarleton, a well-coached, disciplined team who's not going to give up to the last whistle. They're going to be trapping the whole fucking game. Give me Tarleton State and the points on the road. They're not going to give up. It's going to be a fucking shit show offensively. It's going to be, you're going to want to rip your hair out watching the game. Maybe don't even turn this one on.
Yeah.
Just trust Tarleton's defense. They're trapped. They're full court press. They'll keep this one close. Thoughts?
Yeah. I am just so out on the talent in this Arizona State team. It's not even, I guess it's not even the talent. It's just like the guys. That's another team that's very individual based. They don't know how to play together. And even with the new guys they're bringing in, it's not a roster that I look at and I say, okay, they filled the gaps that they need to kind of be successful here. And granted, they're playing Tarleton, but this is a team that is going to challenge them on the defensive end. So I do kind of like them. Yeah, absolute heart. Absolute heart.
Charge. Come on.
Heart.
Give me that.
Absolute.
Yeah, heart. I literally cannot focus with this Bauer game on. I'm going to turn it off. So give me any updates if you get any. I can't. I can't take my eyes off the game. I'm sorry.
I got you.
So,
I got you.
Let me know. Let me know when it's caked. All right.
Oh, yeah. Won't have to alert you in that case.
Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, I'm so out on Arizona State, honestly, as a program. I don't like their coach. I know they lost a couple pieces. I think one of their best players transferred, actually. So I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Yeah, it's Bobby Hurley. Bobby, Billy, whatever. I don't give a hoot. All right. Billy is – okay, Billy now losing goods. Yes. Billy Hurley is the UConn coach, right? His brother?
Yes. Dan Hurley.
Dan Hurley?
Right?
Oh, God. Oh, Billy Hurley's a fucking golfer. Jesus Christ. Dan Hurley. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of Hurleys going around. Hurley's over there. Hurley's over here. Okay. Anyways, who gives a fuck about the Hurleys? Okay. Let's continue. There's a disgusting crab line game that I want to bring to you guys. It's gross. All right. And these disgusting crabby games, they're not in peak form yet. I need to actually see these teams like we already talked about. But there are two shitty schools that are playing, and I have a little bit of an angle here. Okay, so hear me out. Marshall, Jovan, your team, I shouldn't even be bringing this school up. It's probably going to give you PTSDs. Marshall basketball versus Queens. Queens is a new D1 team. This is their first year in D1, okay? And Queens is only getting 4.5 points at home against Marshall, who I don't know if you remember, Jovan, I'm sure you do, but last year Marshall was supposed to be good. And they had pretty much everybody back from last year. I checked their whole fucking reports, whatever. They've got pretty much everybody coming back, even Tavion Kinsley, who is one of the best players in the conference. Marshall's in a new conference this year too, but Tavion Kinsley is a fucking bucket. That dude can score. He's an absolutely offensive beast for them. Doesn't really play a lick of defense, but he's actually good. And Queens is only getting 4.5 points at home here in their first D1 game against a Marshall squad who everyone's thinking they could actually turn it around and be good this year. They were supposed to be good last year. They had the whole fucking roster back. It didn't work. It didn't click. I'm out on this Marshall team. I was in on them so far into last season. I lost so much coin. I'm done. I just don't think they're good. I don't think they're well run. I don't think they click. So give me the 4.5 with Queens here. Also, let me throw a bit of wrench into this story. Queens coach got a fucking DUI last weekend, and now he's going to miss the first 5 games of the season. Nobody wants to bet on this fucking Queens team. The line is weirdly short. It's their first D1 game. People don't even know who the fuck they are. And people think Marshall is going to be decent this year with their whole fucking team pretty much returning. This line is short. Nobody knows shit about Queens. Queens actually has a pretty decent player running the point, Kenny Dye, a senior, who I'm going to trust my coins in. If they got one guy, and preferably a point guard or a guard, a senior, an older dude who can carry the team a little bit, and I can put my trust in, I'm okay with laying it on here, the plus 4.5 on a no-name team. Queens, Kenny Dye, the senior point guard, their first year in the A-Sun, their first year D1. They're going to be playing hard as shit. They don't have a coach. Don't give a fuck. Love that angle, honestly. Give me Queens plus 4.5 at home. What are we thinking?
I mean, you said it perfectly. I've like Marshall is not a great team. Like even going back to last year with Kinsley, but like I just see no reason for this line to be this short. I think it may have ticked up a little bit, but it's still a line that I think is really, really crazy. And yeah, they're a really good D2 team, but this is not
Queens
the same
is
animal.
incredible D2. Yes.
Yeah, not the same animal whatsoever. So to see this line, and like weirdly, I've seen a little Marshall money line action, some parlays already on Twitter.
Sure.
But it doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm with it.
Yep.
It's gross.
You guys remember that small school last year in their first year in D1 who had one really fucking good player who ended up transferring? I'm not going to reveal his name yet in the end because this is a little bit of a riddle. Remember the team that won their conference and they weren't allowed to go to the fucking tournament because it was their first year in D1, but they were so good and dominating. Does anybody in chat know who I'm talking about? Anybody in chat know who I'm talking about? I know you know who I'm talking about, do you?
I don't know.
Bellarmine.
Bellarmine.
God. This is going to be the Bellarmine of this season. Just wait, okay? This is going to be the Bellarmine of this season. St. Thomas. Lauren, we both know St. Thomas blew dick last year. We both know they were terrible. We kept trying to bet on them. It was like watching my private school fucking all-white three-point shooting team go out there and try to play against fucking Baylor. That's what it looked like watching St. Thomas play last season. All right? St. Thomas was the only first-year team last year. Yeah, Capwise Nick, thank you for being a Wikipedia site. There's a 4-year window when you join D1. Pretty sure it's 4 years where you can't go to the fucking tournament when it's your when you're in that window when you just joined D1. If you win your conference, you still can't get in the tournament. Okay? Yeah, it was their second year, whatever, yada, yada, yada. St. Thomas sucked last year. We'll get to that game too. I might be on St. Thomas again tonight because I'm a sick pup. All right? I'm a sick pup. What's my POD? I'm not revealing shit, Lauren. I'm going VIP. I'm about to sell my POD for $800 tonight. All right?
Yeah.
Just wait.
Money line.
Yeah, my POD is Creighton minus 25.5 against St. Thomas, and I'm only charging it. It's discounted $800 for the play tonight, but I gave it to you guys for free.
That's
right?
fair.
St. Thomas, man, the Tommies. You guys couldn't think of a better mascot than the Tommies. Your school is St. Thomas.
Super
Christ, man. All right, let's go to Ohio and Belmont. This is another one of those games with two, good fucking teams, some good mid-major teams going at it here. Jovan, you were telling me you're thinking about taking Ohio here, but I don't love the line movement from 5.5 to 6.5. What are your thoughts on this one, bro?
Yeah, I mean, this is I don't love the line movement either. It's something that I'm certainly going to wait on. But like I still think this line is short, being all the talent that Ohio has to replace. So That's kind of something I want to look out for. It's not one that I'm totally sold on yet, but I do want to see where it moves because I mean losing Mark Sears is that's probably one of the biggest hits in mid major in all of mid major this year, to be honest with you. So we'll see how they replace that. This is a Belmont team that I think almost every year is pretty overvalued. I don't know if you would agree with that, just in general, just because of the style that they play and what they've done in the tournament previous years. So I don't know. It's not like a one I was super confident on. It's just something I have my eye on.
Okay. All right. Parlay Safari, what's good, bro? He thinks Belmont might roll. Stayed away. All right. Okay. Yeah, weird game. I don't know if I want to touch those, but that's definitely another good game of two mid-major teams. You'll be hearing their names at the end of the season fighting for conference titles to get into the big dance. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a game that I know I'm going to have action on. All right. Chattanooga versus College of Charleston. Potential POD. Haven't locked it in yet. Don't rush, guys. You can't rush excellence. You guys know I'll let you know when I have a fucking nuke. You guys know that, okay? Don't stress. We got Chattanooga going to fucking College of Charleston. Oh, would you look at that, Jovan? The line has now moved to 3.
There we go.
How about it? Music to my fucking ears. Music to my ears. College of Charleston was -2.5 about 30 minutes ago. Now they're -3 on some books. W. I want to take College of Charleston at home against trendy Chattanooga, who was really fucking good last year and made some serious noise in March, right? They lost all their fucking guys. All right. Their best player transferred to go play at a real school. Sorry, Chattanoogas. You're done. You're through. Put a fork in them. They're done. Give me College of Charleston. I'm hearing that it's fucking sold out. I'm hearing that it's going to be an absolute electric game. This College of Charleston team, if you guys remember from last year when I would come on Trent streams before I was doing this shit full time, College of Charleston at home was one of my fucking dogs. They were one of my riders, okay? I'm going back to it. This team shoots the lights out at home, and they're going to do it again tonight. Again, I bet lines, not teams. I try to give you guys some background on the teams and stuff like that, but you guys know I don't give a fuck about what's going on with these teams. You know I bet lines. I study the teams. I figure out what lines don't make sense. Ding, ding, ding. We got one right here. Give me College of Charleston -3 at home. They're going to absolutely obliterate trendy Chattanooga. This is not the same Chattanooga team from last season. Give me College of Charleston at home -3. They roll 3-point shooting specialists. They're going to kill them tonight. They're going to kill them.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I'm down with you. I mean, I'm not just going to echo it, but that line doesn't make much sense.
And also, let me sneak this in real quick. 80% of the bets in the handle on Chattanooga. Not shocking. You're going to see a lot of Chattanooga tickets today after what we saw last year. And the lines moved the other way. Reverse line movement fucking matters in college basketball. It does. I don't want to hear anyone tell me otherwise. Okay? Continue.
Yeah. Lines don't matter, though. Lines don't matter. But it's certainly I'm willing to bag this team because this line makes no sense. It's a trendy team, like you're saying, from the tournament last year. Everybody loves them. I mean, rightfully so. But the one spot they've been vulnerable at times is the 3-point line. And as long as they have Rain Smith on Charleston, I'm willing to take them in a shootout with anybody. So I'm good backing them. Okay.
All right. G Unit loves Charleston -6.5. Well, that sounds beautiful.
Love that.
That sounds beautiful. It didn't when it came down to Northeastern. Lauren, did someone say Northeastern? Did someone say Northeastern +1.5 on the road against Boston University tonight? The worst team, maybe the team I lost the most coins on in all of college basketball because I was obsessed with them and I knew that they were better than they were fucking playing and they played like shit all last year. Yeah, I'm going back to the same fucking Northeastern team that has the same squad back relatively against overrated BU. BU made some noise towards the end of the season last year in March. No thank you, BU. People are going to remember BU as a competitive team from last year and how terrible Northeastern was. Well, Northeastern gets a reset after an absolute shit show of a year last season. They're going to run it back, and they're going to be good this year. This spread is really short with how dominant BU was last year. We're also seeing 40% of the bets, but 80% of the handle on Northeastern. Some big boys are dropping hammers on Northeastern today. I'm going to be on them. Give me them. Love them. Fuck Boston. They're overrated from last season.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know as much as you do about these two teams specifically, but I like the line. 100%.
Yep.
I like the splits. I like everything about it. I don't know if I'm ready to get hurt by Northeastern again, though. That's the big question.
Yeah, they sucked last year, but they have their squad back. They have a good coach. They can be all right. They can be all right. Navy, William and Mary. I want William and Mary plus 2.5 at home. Navy lost their best player last year. Navy's overrated from going to the conference championship last season. I actually know this Navy team decently. I'm from the area. My sister goes there, so I follow the team. And unfortunately, they're going to suck again this year like they always do. Last year was an outlier. They had a really fucking good guard who was a bucket. He's gone, and they're going to suck this year. Everyone's going to remember Navy from playing Colgate in the fucking Patriot League finals last year and think that they're good and see that they're only minus 2.5 on the road against a shit William and Mary team. I actually love this William and Mary team as a Virginia guy. I think they're going to fucking win this game outright, but I'll be taking the plus 2.5 points at home. Give me the Tribe. You guys remember my William and Mary pitch from last season. Good vibes. Good vibes on William and Mary, okay? All right? People are saying that it's fucking close in chat. You guys are freaking out. How much time's left, Jovan?
We got 14 minutes left.
Yeah, why are you guys freaking out?
They're up 47. No, it's Trent. It's Trent that's freaking out in the chat.
Oh, all right.
They're
up 47?
75-28, so 47.
Yeah. Shit's Kanji. Trent, bro, it's the first play of the season. I know your ass fucking nuked it when I told you to put 1 unit on it, dude. Come on. All right. What other games do we want to talk about today? We definitely want to talk about Western Michigan versus Minnesota, right?
Oh
yeah. What do you like in that one?
Yeah, so I mean, it worries me being a little late to the party here, but I think I'm still going to roll with it because you see this line go from 14 to down to 9.5 most places now. I'm seeing, and this Western Michigan team, God, they're awful. They were so horrendous last year. They were one of the worst defenses in all of college basketball. But they're taking a little different approach, and when you see it in practice, that's one thing. So we'll see how it comes to fruition. But they're going with a little more defensive-laden approach from a coaching staff and analytic perspective. So I do like to lean into that. It's more like a Minnesota thing, though. I mean, Minnesota, talking about like their recruiting approach made no sense whatsoever. I don't know if you saw that, but they basically tried to go out and get like super low-rated guys and guys who like disappointed at other schools and a couple mid-major guys. I know I got Jamison Battle, who I actually like, but I don't think he can shoulder the load for that team. But the talent in that team, it just doesn't. I don't believe in it. I think it's going to be terrible. I think they're going to come and try and find all these, hidden gem guys, and it's going to turn out horribly, especially, right out the gates. Like Jamison Battle is great. I don't think he can shoulder the load for that team. Same with Talon Cooper. Dawson Garcia, they think he's going to be that rock big man for them. He's a guy who's just disappointed time and time again. I don't think he's going to do anything. And this Western Michigan team, with as bad as they were, as bad as their defense was, and seeing this total or seeing the line come down almost 5 points, it's really, really strange. Regardless of any stuff with Battle, I mean that's even better. I'm willing to buy the bad news there. Okay. So they really don't have a number one scoring option, and all of these guys are just not talented whatsoever. So I mean, I'm willing to lean into Western Michigan. Maybe they come out and shock them and win outright.
Okay. I lied. I couldn't turn it off. I'm watching it right now. I can't take my eyes off it. God, play some fucking defense. Baylor, come on. Don't give up. Mississippi Valley is showing some serious heart right now at the end of this game. I don't know why. Put it up, sir. Let's go. Give me that. Come on. Let's go. All right, I'll be on Western Michigan with you today. I absolutely love it. I don't care if there's no battle. I don't give a fuck. Grand Canyon, Montana State. You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
This is one where I want to make sure that I wait, and I know people are waiting on this, but this is one where I want to make sure that I wait to see any possible late movements on this one. But I still like Grand Canyon. I think this is a large number, and I know Grand Canyon's certainly one of the more talented teams of mid-major conferences, and they're projected first.
Always are.
Yeah, they always are. This is a Montana State team too, who is, they have a lot of turnover in their production, sure. But they're a team who really overperformed last year and did well.
They were in the finals of their conference.
Yeah, exactly.
Or did they win? Did they win it?
Yeah, they came in to
Yeah,
play.
they did. They
I think they
upset
played
underdog.
Texas Tech in the
They had
tourney.
Specs. Is Specs
Yeah.
back? They're a big center.
Believe so.
You think Specs is back?
I think so. Not 100% sure.
I'll confirm if Specs is back. Keep talking.
Yeah, you can confirm that.
Okay.
But I still think this is a really big number for a team like Montana State, who's the favorites to win the Big Sky. They're a really talented team. They're deep in the front court for the first time I think ever. But this is a Grand Canyon team who I love Jovan Blackshear, not because of his name, but he actually has a running mate this year too with Rayshawn Harrison from Presbyterian. He's really good, and he's a guy who can do it all for that team, which they really, really lacked. And you can see that last year. And he's going to give them so much. And like, this is a team who, when they have a guy who can facilitate the offense like this, it's going to do wonders for them. It's going to do wonders for Blackshear. It's going to do wonders for everybody too. Because 3-point production has also been huge for that team time and time again. And now they have, certified sniper with Noah Ballman on that team too. So this team, I think it's the most balanced this team has been all year. They have some struggles in the front court, I would say, but it's nothing too concerning. I just think their guard play is going to be one of the better ones in that league, and it's definitely going to outclass Montana State today. So I think that big number is there for a reason. So I love that one.
All right. Yes, Specs is confirmed back too, which makes me like this play even more. Fuck Specs. We don't need him.
Biased. What bias do I have the GCU?
I don't know. Maybe it was the Jovan comment.
Oh, the Jovan comment. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I like Grand Canyon here too. Like I said, our guy Bayo Specs, who we were joking about, but he's actually pretty fucking good, and he's the guy who pretty much carried this team to a conference title last year when nobody expected it. He's back. Why is Grand Canyon laying 7.5 here after they kind of had a down year last season? I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're going to fucking blow the doors out and absolutely stomp on Montana State tonight. That's probably why. Give me Grand Canyon at home. Grand Canyon at home also has one of the best home court advantages in all of college basketball. That place is about to be packed playing in Montana State, who in the eyes of Grand Canyon is a pretty good squad coming in. So that place is probably sold out. Would not be shocked.
100%.
Would not be shocked. Okay. How about what's another one? Oral Roberts. You were saying earlier when we were talking, you want to take Oral Roberts, but it's kind of public.
Yeah, it's both the public thing and just kind of the way that they play. Because this is a team like they can keep it close all game, and the way they play with pace and they play with tempo, and they live or die by the three. So it's really just max Avis. Oh, it's sold out and you're going. Love it.
Trent said, "Why is Q already full? Stream doesn't start for an hour." College basketball, Trent. That's why.
People are ready. People are absolutely ready. But yeah, like I honestly think like the Oral Roberts game is so confusing to me because I think this is a game where I don't know if they keep it close unless they win the game outright. It's like the way that they play, especially like when you look at some of their games where it's been close down the stretch with teams that don't kind of play in the same tempo and same style as them. They just live or die by the three. They start chucking threes. Their transition defense is horrible. So the game gets out of hand whenever it's close very, very quickly. So it's both the public thing and a little bit of that because I think if they keep it close, they're going to win this game.
Fair. Agreed. I'm not sprinted to bet them, though.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Okay. How about Weber State versus Washington? A lot of people don't know who the fuck Weber State is. They're a pretty darn good team in their conference. They always are. Disciplined team, and they're only getting 11.5 points here against Washington. Big bad Washington. Big name Washington, right? Well, Washington blows. And I think Weber State might win this game outright. What do you think? Do you know anything about Weber State?
Not really. Can't say I do. I do know a little bit more about Washington and this team. I just don't get it. The guard play here is just so inconsistent, and I like Noah Williams because he's really the only one who's going to give any sort of offense from this team. If it's not Keon Brooks, they just can't shoot. They're another team where consistency is their issue, both guard play, both shooting, both everything really. And they have a lot of guys who have the talent on their roster, but I don't think it comes together in the immediate couple of games here. So line feels a little short. Talented Weber State team. I'd lean them. Not running to play anything there though.
Fair. Very, very fair. You want to talk about Illinois? A real team?
Yeah, we can talk about Illinois.
Sure.
This
Are
is just
you thinking about laying the
yeah.
32?
I'm definitely thinking about laying that.
This
I
gives you
love
vibes of this game we're watching right now a little bit.
yeah, because
Okay.
I love Illinois because I think it's this team just in general. I know there's been a lot of turnover with that team, but when you look at who they added, especially like this matchup specifically, if you want to look at IUPUI level offenses, Eastern Illinois last year came very close, and I don't think it's going to be any different. But when you look at this team like Terrence Shannon, who I love, he is probably like, even though he played against TCU a lot, Texas Tech guy, but
Yep.
he is one of probably the most frustrating players to watch because he has so much potential. And I don't know if it was just Texas Tech's system kind of limiting him or what, but he has the tools to be one of the better players in college basketball when he wants to. So not only that, but great on the defensive end. Him and Matthew Mayer from Baylor, also a part of this team now. That gives them a real defensive identity that obviously they're missing a little bit with Kofi Coburn being off the team now, but I don't know. I just like their whole defensive identity. And will they be able to kind of rip points off the bat? I don't know. I don't think so. But I think they'll be able to do enough. I mean, this Eastern Illinois offense is just pitiful. I mean, they play slow, can't shoot. They turn the ball over when they're trying to do this little motion offense, and their transition defense is terrible. So, I mean, I just think it's the talent mismatch in this game is very similar to this Baylor game. I just don't want to overthink this one.
Hence why we've seen this line move very similarly to Baylor, where it's moved 5 points towards the favorite, right?
Yep.
Let's talk about a game that I want to kind of warn the public about. I don't know if I'm playing Bama yet, but I would not be playing Longwoods. What a fucking great name for a school, but I'm not rushing to bet Longwood today. Longwood's a trendy team from last season. They were in the postseason. And they're getting 16 points here to Bama. I think Bama might roll and beat the absolute brakes off of them. This is another spot of a Bama team who has the big name, right? They're ranked, but this team was maybe one of the most disappointing teams of college basketball last season, in my opinion. They've got a lot to prove. They need to get out to a good start. Honestly, they themselves want to get out to the best start as possible so they can be confident and know that they should be ranked 20 because, I mean, after last year, they probably have some doubts, right? So this is a big game. Longwood is no joke. They're no slouch. They have a good squad. They were in the postseason last year. I think Bama beats the brakes off of them. I think Longwood is fake sharp. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to call him fake sharp because it's not a game where I have like a definite position on one side. Honestly, I'd lean the over. But the one thing that keeps me from playing Bama is this is a Longwood team that is, I think they're top 20, top 15 in 3-point percentage. And I don't want to play, put too much on scrimmages, but it doesn't look like Bama's 3-point defense is getting any better from last year, looking at what, TCU even did to them, which TCU, they can't shoot, frankly. But I just don't believe in this team. So, I think both the teams, I think Bama's just going to be able to simply outscore them. By how much, I don't know. If they let them get hot from three, it's going to be a problem for them. But I don't think there's going to be much defense on both sides. So, I kind of like the over here, but I'm definitely staying away from taking Longwood.
Okay. Yeah, nobody wants to take the Longwood on here. Come on. LaSalle. I've heard a ton of LaSalle talk today. A ton.
Really?
Maybe the trendiest dog I've heard talked about today.
Really?
Straight up. Yeah. A ton of LaSalle love. People in my DMs, LaSalle sharp. This is the play against Villanova. I'm hearing too much LaSalle love. I'm off of LaSalle. I know Villanova is not healthy. I know Villanova doesn't have Jay Wright. They've got a new coach coming in. A lot of question marks with this team. Villanova's best player still not healthy yet, not back yet. And LaSalle's got some damn good transfers coming in. And they got a couple foreign kids who are supposed to be pretty darn good. I'm off of LaSalle. I think they're fake sharp too. I think LaSalle gets absolutely stomped today. I know they've got a couple transfers from St. Peter's. Don't care. I like Nova here. I think Nova rolls. I think LaSalle's fake sharp. Do you have any takes in this game?
Not really. I still do think this line is a little short.
We got a sub bang too. Let's
fucking
go. Come on. Let's have Baylor finish the job. See, that sub bang's free. Come on.
Go.
Let's fucking go.
But yeah, I mean, I think this line is a little short. another team where I don't know if they're going to put it together off the bat, whether it's the
Yep.
coaching issues, whether it's the, whatever it may be, but I'm not running to play this game really at all.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not sprinting to bet it either, but it is on FS1. It is a televised game. I want nothing to do with LaSalle. Okay? Nothing.
It smells like backdoor to me one way or the other.
Smells like me, Mom, may be up late.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got about 10 minutes, so it's about that time to do the squad ride. Ladies and gents, we've got some revenge on our hands, okay? We thought we could go undefeated for the rest of the year. Turns out not feasible, not possible. That's okay. Don't let it get to your head. Stay confident, stay focused. Don't reach. Let it come to you. All right? We need to run it back. 11-1 in squad rides. That's still insanely impressive. Shout out all you fuckers for voting, okay? We need to put together 5 of our favorite plays today so that we can vote. So drop your favorite play in chat. Whatever sport, don't care what the fuck it is, drop it in chat. If we like it, we'll throw it in. All right? Jovan, while they do that, let's go ahead and put in some of the plays that we like today. I would like to put in, well, I don't know if I want to put in the Saints anymore because you don't like them. So maybe we leave that one out. Maybe we just go college basketball mode today in honor of, opening game.
We got to put Charleston in there. That's a fact.
We got to put College of Charleston in there.
Got to put them in there.
Okay. College of Charleston's in there. I like Grand Canyon a lot too. You want to put them in there?
Yep, put that in there.
Okay. What's chat saying? We're not putting Pacific in. It starts too soon. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not putting Pacific in. It starts too soon. Let's see. Tarleton State. I don't know if I like them enough today to put them in. As soon as I say that, people start saying Pacific spread. Okay. I also want to put Queens plus 4.5 in.
We can throw it in.
Okay. What else? What other plays you really like?
I mean, I really like Illinois. It's just such a big number to put in a squad ride.
I mean, is it going to hit?
Yeah, I think it does.
Then let's put it in.
We can put it in then.
What's the number out right now?
Let's check. It's not really a number. It's
Baylor. Put it on them. Put it on them. Come on.
Let's go.
Put it on them.
Let's go.
Put it on them. End the game.
32.
You're seeing 32? Jesus.
30, some 31.5.
Okay. All right. Okay, all right. You don't want to put anything in for football tonight?
I mean, there's nothing that I love. If you really, really love the Saints, you can put them in. Trust you. So I'm not playing anything.
All right. I'm going to put the Saints in then. Are there any other college basketball plays that we're missing here?
I think those are definitely the better ones that we talked about.
All right. Let's go Saints plus 1.5 then. That's what we got, chat. We got College of Charleston -3, which is going to be my vote. We've got Grand Canyon -7.5. We've got Queens plus 4.5. We've got Illinois -32. And we've got the Saints plus 1.5. All right. Vote. Vote. All right. Somebody asked, do I ever bet first half? Yeah, there'll be a lot of times this year where I throw half of you on a dog first half, half of you on a dog spread full game. There will be a lot of times where I do that, okay? Nothing crazy today yet. All right?
Yeah.
Nothing crazy today.
Mima's fucking
not a time
here.
To get cute.
Not a time to get cute. That's for sure.
Trent, why are you saying Mima's here, bro?
Mima is not even in the
Mima's
vicinity.
still in REM sleep, dude. And let's not wake her up.
You're dripping, bro.
Come on now. All right, get those votes going. Go. I'm voting for Charleston. I think Charleston wins by 10 today. That's my vote.
Honestly,
what are you voting for?
It honestly might get my vote too.
Okay. Put it on them, Baylor. Yes. Come on, stomp on them fools. A lot of game left. We got to be up big for when they put in the backups, and this game becomes a little more even. Because we know that Mississippi Valley State, I mean, they're probably going to tie the last 5 minutes of this game. So,
yeah, probably.
Oh my God, look at that defense.
So much heart.
They call it a foul on that? Grow up.
So much heart.
Grow up. Let's go. Vote. Charleston's running away with it. Wow. Oh my. 4-4 Grizzly. Come on, bro. Gee, I cannot. I almost put that up on the screen. Trent, I'm not putting that up. But yes, I agree. I cannot agree more. Okay. We're going to have a fucking season, ladies and gents. Look, I know today may be a little overwhelming. And look, I don't want to be fucking betting, Ball Sack State versus Duke, right? This is not what I want. I thrive off of betting, conference play, and I'm really excited for it. So take it easy. Don't stress out, all right? Let's figure out about these teams a little bit, and we have a long season ahead. All right, keep that in mind. Don't get discouraged today. Prize Picks Guru. Let's not even talk about the Banders, okay?
Oh yeah, there you go. It's a bend. It's a bend immediately.
Let's not even talk about the Manders, bro.
Bend.
Oh, Kirk Cousins did not deserve to be rocking that chain. He didn't. I don't know if you guys saw him on the plane after the game, but it even made me laugh. It even made me laugh. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen that video, just search Kirk Cousins on Twitter and you'll fucking find it. Yeah, Matt, I know, dudes. Vikings ML. You called it all week. Good call. All right.
Bend.
Pacific is 14.5 now.
Jeez.
Really? Wow. All right. Well, Charleston ran away with the poll. 78 pace. How about it? I'm extremely ecstatic, guys. We're going to be providing winners left and right for the college basketball season. Today is day one of many. All right. The longest off season in sports. Finally over. Thank God. I feel great. I feel like a missing element of my life has returned. I feel like a lost dog from childhood has returned home to the family. That's what I feel like right now. All right. And tonight that lost dog might be named Queens. I'm going to name her Queens. All right. Plus 4.5. Okay.
Yeah.
That game is so gross.
Disgusting.
Wow. They're absolutely splashing, bro. They're absolutely splashing.
See, now you guys know I was waiting for this game for so long. Had me salivating for weeks.
7 minutes left. Finish the fucking job. 7 minutes left. Finish the fucking job. All right? All right? Finish the job. Yeah, I know we all need Pacific today. All right? I know we need them. We're going to get them. All right? Pacific was one of the worst teams ATS last year. I know it doesn't matter. Pacific started out the season looking pretty damn good, and they absolutely fell off. I think they start out hot again this year, and I think they have a lot of really good new pieces. All right? A lot of really good new pieces. Subs are coming in. Come on now. That's hard.
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Let's fucking go. Subs are coming in. Why not us? Shouldn't these students have class right now? You don't need to go to class. Just get the fucking paper. All right? You didn't hear that from me, though. Okay? Shout out our guy, Zach. Shout out Nistel23 for the fucking subs today. You guys are absolute studs, and you will be returned your coin when you take the squad ride tonight, which is Charleston, -3, and they win. Okay? I'm so excited for this game.
It's going to be
so excited for this game. There's no class today. It's college basketball opening day. All right?
Yeah.
I'll give you guys my Hokie report real quick in 30 seconds because I know you don't care. Although the Hokies will be good again this year. Justin Mutz is out today. He played in some pro-am game in the offseason when he was thinking about going pro, and apparently it wasn't allowed, so he's suspended for today. I'm not touching VT today. I think Delaware State, I think they fucking cover, honestly, but I'm not betting it because fuck that. Quick IUPUI talk, guys.
Why are we
I don't
so
want to bet
IUPUIs. Yeah, I mean, the spread's
if I
moving
had to bet
towards them.
something in this game,
the total's moving up.
If I had to bet something in this game, you guys know what it would be.
Yeah.
You guys know what it would be. You don't think the books are hip guys? You don't think the books saw the IUPUI under trend from last season? And you don't think they know that that's one of the maybe 3 storylines of today that are going to bring in bets? You don't think they know that? Another storyline that's going to be bringing in bets today would be Queens coach having a DUI, and everyone's going to be betting on Marshall. And I fucking want Queens. Hell yeah. All right. If you bet on IUPUI anything today, you need to call the number. Yeah, that number's my number. Let's talk about it, what we're betting on. Okay, grow the fuck up, Cap Wise Nick. It's okay to bet IUPUI. It's okay to bet nasty in college basketball. All right? Normalize betting nasty in college basketball. It's okay.
Hey, you want to bet nasty? Take a stab at Utah Tech tonight. Take a stab.
Utah Tech's ITT Tech?
Yeah.
ITT Tech
might as well be the same.
Bro, what do you know about Utah Tech's? I know they're getting 11 points to Nevada.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know too much. That Nevada team is just so bad. And that was just one that caught my eye when looking at the splits. It's just funny.
Yeah, 1% a handle on ITT Tech tonight. I might be on them. You know what? Add ITT Tech to my card.
Oh,
Trent.
my God.
Trent.
Bro.
No. Trent. No.
This is
no. Come on, bro. Utah Tech is in the whack, and they are very bad. Yes, thank you, Zona J's plays. Sure.
Yeah, I know. I definitely know they're very, very bad.
Yeah. Let's fucking go, guys. I hope you're as bricked up as we are for college basketball. I'm hungry for winners left and right. All right, let's fucking finish this game. It's not over. All right. Mima's still tossing and turning, rolling around. She could be woken up at any moment. Let's not get cocky or complacent. Okay. Let's finish the goddamn job. Let's roll over the coins to Pacific, and let's be 2-0 by the time I drop my full card. All right. Why not us?
Let's do it.
Why not us? The squad ride today, if you lived under a dang rock, the squad ride today, College of Charleston's spread. Lock it in. Play it. Haven't heard of Charleston? First of all, you probably should have. I mean, that's a pretty cool school. 7-to-3 girl-guy ratio, if you didn't know that. I had a lot of buddies who went there. They had a great time. Wow, Mima, you need to stop moving around, Mima. You need to stay asleep. This game's getting weird.
They don't even have the starter. They still have the starters in pretty much, too.
I'm very excited to see Trent sweat out the end of this game. I will be tuned in. We're going to pass the keys over. All right. BTL squad ride, Charleston. Let's be 12-1 on BTL squad rides when we hop on here tomorrow. Jovan, chat, happy Monday. Let's fucking hit all of our bets tonight. It's the greatest day of the year. College basketball is back. How can you not be fucking excited? Let's attack the board. Let's hit bets. Why not us?